Hey everybody, welcome back to Lunch at Uncle Jason's. Today I am going to do some smothered fried chicken breast. It's chicken breast that's sliced really thin. I season them up and I fry them, and then I make a gravy, and then I return those chicken breasts to that gravy and cook them in there, and you serve them over rice or some noodles or with some mashed potatoes, y'all. They're going to be awesome, and I'm also going to have some fresh corn on the cob. So stick around, don't go nowhere. Alright y'all, I got you pointed down so you can see what I'm doing better. I have just some plastic wrap, y'all, over my cutting board here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my chicken breast. I've washed them and they are sliced a little thin. They're not cutlets, they were just thin sliced chicken breasts that I bought at Aldi. So I'm just going to bring that piece of plastic back over them and cover them up completely, and I'm going to take my meat mallet and I'm just gonna pound it out flat. Sorry for the noise, but that's part of being in a kitchen. You just want to get these really thin, not like super paper thin, but you want to get them thinner than what they are. Okay. See how thin that got, y'all? That's what you want. That's what you're looking for, about like a fourth of an inch thick. I've got several more of these, and I'm going to do them up, and I'll be right back when I'm done. So y'all give me just a second. Alright y'all, I got that chicken all pounded out and thinned. So now what I'm going to do, I got right here about a cup, little over, of flour. And I'm just going to season this flour up. This is like I would do for fried chicken. But now on fried chicken, I always marinate my chicken overnight. I would put the seasonings on this, cover it in water, wrap it up, and put it in the refrigerator overnight. But to that cup of flour, I'm going to add about a tablespoon and a little more of my Polywog cabin seasoning. About 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder. I do season my bread and on my chicken real heavy, y'all. And about a teaspoon of black pepper. Now I'm not going to put any salt in there right now because, like I say, that Polywog cabin seasoning is salty. So let me grab a fork, and I'm just going to simply mix this up. I love me some fried chicken, but when you take that fried chicken and you put it back into some gravy, y'all, and make smothered fried chicken, that just takes it to a whole nother level. Alright, got that done. Y'all see that? I know you probably can't see the seasoning in there, but it's in there. Okay, I'm just going to simply take a plate first. Sorry, y'all, I was not as prepared as I should have been. I'll set me a plate right there. You just simply take your pounded pieces of chicken that you pounded kind of thin, like that. See, and if you do it like I done and you pound it a little too hard, it will get holes in it, but that's okay. That's not a problem. I just simply toss my chicken in this flour and kind of take some flour and put on top of it, y'all, and kind of press down in there like that. That's all you want to do, is just get that flour on there really good. And the chicken's wet. Excuse me. It's that Cajun seasoning. If you ain't sneezing, you ain't seasoning. But see that? That's what you want. And I'm going to set that over here to the side, and I'm going to continue on with the rest of this. But y'all, how has weather and everything been where you're at? We are getting rain just about every day. It rains. But that's summer in Alabama for you. It rains just about every day here. And the garden is loving it. I posted a picture yesterday of this bowl right here. Actually was heaped up full of fresh okra, and I cut all that okra up and I bagged it up and I put it in my freezer. But okra is doing great here, I guess because it's been so warm and it's been rainy a lot, so the okra has done great. Now y'all, I had some pieces that I trimmed off of the bigger pieces. They're small. See, I don't waste nothing. I'm cooking those too. When I fry them up, those little pieces like this, they won't cook as fast. I mean, they'll cook faster than the bigger pieces will. So I'll just watch those real close when I put them in. Okay, there we are. That is done, y'all. I got that done. Now I'm going to break out my electric skillet and fill it up with some oil and heat that oil up to about 350 degrees. And I'm going to come back and we're going to fry this chicken up and get everything ready to make the gravy and put it back in it. So y'all give me just a minute. All right, y'all. I've got in my electric skillet here about a ½ inch of oil, vegetable oil, and I've got it heated up to 350 degrees. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these chicken breasts that I floured, and I'm just going to lay those in this grease and start them cooking. It's not going to take a long time, y'all, because we pounded these so thin that they're going to cook kind of quick. So I'm going to cook these on each side probably about 4 or 5 minutes maybe. It is, I'm checking the time now and I will let you know how long it takes when I flip them. But that's what I'm going to do. I got some rice going over here and I'm fixing to get some corn going. And that's what we're going to have for lunch today. So give me just a minute and I'll be right back. Alright y'all, this has been frying on this first side for 8 minutes. I did turn my heat up just a little bit to 375 to start it on cooking, but I'm going to flip them, see how that's brown. That's what you're looking for, y'all. You want it to get brown. Just a nice golden color. It don't have to be like dark brown or anything like you would if you were just frying chicken, because this is going back in gravy. So you're not going to really be able to see it that much. And I also went ahead and put these little pieces in. Remember I said I had the little pieces that I wasn't going to throw away? I went ahead and tossed these in there also. So I'm going to flip them over with those. Okay, this is going to cook about another 5 minutes on this side, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what we do next. Give me just a minute. Alright y'all, these cooked for about 5 minutes on this side, and like I said, I'm going to put these in gravy, so even if they're not all the way done yet, you know, which these thinner ones like this, I'm sure they are done, but even if they're not, y'all, they're going to cook some more when they go in that gravy, so it'll be okay. You see that? Y'all, that looks awesome. I'm going to take these little ones up too. This smells amazing, y'all. And I know I say amazing a lot because it is. So y'all give me just a minute. I'm going to get everything set up and we're going to make some gravy with some onions and chicken stock, and we're going to put that chicken right here back in it and let it smother fry with the lid on it for a little while, and then we're going to serve this up and we'll come right back and show you what we do next. Alright y'all, I'm back. I got poured up all of the chicken grease that was in this pan except for about a cup, and I have about a cup of flour. Let me cut this back on. I'm sorry y'all. Cutting it back up to about 350, and I'm just going to sprinkle this flour into this oil in this pan and just start whisking. Now when you're making a gravy or roux, you know that's when you don't answer the phone, don't answer the door, you don't leave it, because if this burns, you're done. It's you're gonna have to throw it away and completely start over. And anybody who asks, yes, I have burnt my share of roux, especially when I was first learning how to make them. And guys, if you're doing this in like a frying pan, you can do it in an electric skillet or frying pan. But be sure you're getting those little burnt bits on the bottom, not burnt bits, but the little brown bits that are on the bottom of the pan. Be sure you're getting those scraped up into this, because that's going to add a lot of flavor. Now on this roux right here, y'all, I'm not going to get this as dark as I would for like a gumbo or an etouffee or anything like that. I'm going to get this like a blonde roux. So it's just going to cook for a little while, because you don't want a white bechamel sauce, but you want a blonde roux that's going to make a light brown gravy. That's what you're looking for on this. And as you see, it's starting to get there. Every little bit, every few minutes that you're cooking it, it's going to start getting darker and darker. And like I said, I have this on about between 350 and 375, somewhere around in there. And I know the people will tell you when you're cooking a roux, especially if you're new to cooking, cook it very slow. Don't rush it, and that is great advice, because if you're not used to doing this, this will burn on you really quick. Now I cook mine, if I'm cooking it on the stove in a pan or something, I cook mine up on like medium high, and I just go. But you want to do it on maybe a medium heat, and then gradually pull the heat up as you get used to making roux. Alright y'all, I'm going to try to hold this up so you can see it a little better, but this is where we want it. Right there. It's sort of a blonde color. It's not quite as dark as what they would call a peanut butter roux, but it's a blonde roux. Now I'm going to add, I have one small onion that I diced up kind of small, not too small. Actually, there's a piece right there that didn't go in. You see how I got it? It's diced up small, but not tiny. I'm just going to go ahead and add that in here. And once you add these vegetables, y'all, that stops the cooking process right then. You know, it's going to stop the browning process, I guess you'd say, of your roux. And I'm just going to cook this around for a few minutes until those onions get soft. So that's going to take just a couple of minutes, so I'll be right back when that's done. Alright y'all, this has cooked for about 4 minutes. Those onions aren't, you know, they still got a little bite to them, and if you want yours with less of a bite, you go ahead and cook them to the way you like for them to be. Now to this right here, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to put just a little more, that wasn't quite a teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon of salt, I'm going to get that mixed around in here. I'm going to add a little bit, maybe a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm going to put in just a little bit, maybe about a teaspoon and a half of my Pollywog Cajun seasoning. And guys, any seasonings that I use that you're just like, no, I'm not going to, you don't like it, change it up and put whatever seasoning you like in it. If you want paprika in it, if you want onion powder, garlic powder, if you just want salt and pepper, that'll be fine. Okay, to this, y'all, I'm going to add a 32-ounce box of chicken stock. Now, I don't use chicken broth hardly ever. I'm going to put maybe half of that and see where I'm at. I don't hardly ever use chicken broth. I just like the way chicken stock flavors things up. To me, it just gives it a better chicken flavor, in my opinion. And yes, y'all, this is going to be a lot of gravy for what chicken I got, and that's all right. I will eat it. I promise. I'll put it in the refrigerator, make me some mashed potatoes, and put it over them and eat them. Okay, so see, I put that whole 32-ounce box of chicken stock in here, and I may have to add a little milk to it, because this is more of a cream sauce. When you're doing chicken gravy, y'all, I like for it to be lighter. Now, some people want theirs darker, and that's totally up to you, and it's fine whichever way you want to do it. So let me grab my milk. I got just a little bit in this little container right here, y'all. That's about a cup of milk. And if you ever get your gravy too thin, y'all, just cook it. Just keep it, let it stay cooking, and it will thicken back up for you. Alrighty. That's a nice creamy gravy right there, y'all. I'm going to take my little fork right here and I'm going to taste it. And that's perfect. I don't need anything in it for me, except this chicken. I'm going to start adding my pieces of chicken back into this gravy. Just like this. And guys, if you don't want these bigger pieces of chicken, you can cut them up. You can use chicken tenders, and that would work great if that's what you wanted to do. Let me get another fork. And I'm going to just kind of move these chickens around and get them submerged in that gravy, y'all, like this. And you can take them and flip them over. And now the breading on this chicken, y'all, is going to make this gravy even a little more thicker. So you may have to come back and add you a little more stock, a little more milk. You can even add a little water if you want to. It's all going to be dependent on your taste. But I am going to put a lid on this, my lid, and let it cook, so that steam is going to loosen this gravy up a little bit more. So I'm going to give this probably about 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and I'll show you where we're at. All right, y'all. This chicken is done. And as you can see, that gravy did thin up a little bit because of it being in that, with the lid on it and the steam coming up. But look at that, y'all. I don't know if you can see that. I want to hold it up some so you could see it. Do you see that? That chicken is just tender as it can be, and it's cooked perfectly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this and I'm going to make me a plate, and I'll come right back and let you see what it looks like. So give me one more minute, y'all, and we almost done. All right, y'all. I'm back and everything is done. Look at that plate. I don't need it, but I'm going to eat it. I want to give this chicken, smothered fried chicken, a taste, because it has this house smelling so good. And y'all, that just cut right off with my fork. No effort whatsoever. Y'all, I know you can do this without battering it and frying it beforehand, but to me, doing that just does something a little extra to it. It just gives it so much more flavor when you do that. And that's how my mama done it, that's how my grandma done it, and that's how I do it. Okay, y'all, I appreciate y'all being here with me today while I'm chewing. Hey, it's real life. I do appreciate you being here with me today, y'all, and please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share them. Get the word out that we're here. But I thank y'all so much for being here, and for everybody who's ordering my cookbooks, y'all don't know what that means to me. I appreciate it so much. So until next time, I love you. I want you to be blessed and come back and be with me again. Bye-bye.